Renegade Immortal, Chapter 627, Leaving Closed Door Cultivation. Hello! Welcome back to my channel, Books with AR. Wang Lin was not concerned with the battle in the Fire Demon country. He had spent the last 20 years completely immersed in the celestial spell. Celestial spells couldn't be compared to normal spells. It was very difficult to learn them. 20 years was just the beginning for Wang Lin. While immersed in studying the celestial spell and celestial treasure, time flowed by like water, and unknowingly, more than 50 years had passed. There were less than 10 years left until the agreement with the ancient demon. During these almost 100 years of time, in addition to studying the celestial spell and celestial treasures, Wang Lin never stopped imprinting on the scattered devil. During this time, the imprint became even stronger. After several decades, Wang Lin had only touched the edge of the stop celestial spell. The requirement for this celestial spell wasn't a certain amount of celestial spiritual energy, but one's comprehension of the heavens. To be more accurate, the aspects covered by this celestial spell were far outside the grasp of cultivators. It was like a very esoteric knowledge that required constant studying and understanding before he could finally master and use it. Wang Lin spent many years gradually understanding the celestial slaughter art and eventually reached small completion. This stop spell was the same. Wang Lin forgot about time while immersed in the celestial spell. During the decades he had been in closed-door cultivation, the soul refining tribe had sent large amounts of people to the front line in the Fire Demon country to collect souls and strengthen themselves. This all changed once the troops of other countries entered the Sky Demon country. Rather than going out, the tribe members defended the Sky Demon country. Large amounts of tribe members returned from the Fire Demon country and began battling the demon soldiers from various other demon countries. However, the power of the soul refining tribe was simply too small. They could only defend the area under the black cloud and couldn't leave it. Eventually, when the soldiers of the other demon countries found that they couldn't take Sky Demon City because it was sealed by the ancient demon, they turned their sights to the soul refining tribe. Of course, there was something strange about this small tribe. The black cloud above this tribe that acted as a natural protection was especially strange. It blocked the attacking demon soldiers several times. Of course, not all of the demon countries had set their sights on the soul refining tribe. Only 2 of the country's leaders did, so the remaining 5 turned their attention to the fire demon country. The other 7 demon countries didn't send out too many demon soldiers. After all, they didn't have the determination to send out everything like the ancient demon of the Sky Demon country. At this moment, both the Water Demon country and the Thunder Demon country sent out a vice commander-in-chief with 100,000 demon soldiers. One came from the north and the other came from the south. The 2 armies surrounded the soul refining tribe. The vice commander-in-chief of the Water Demon country was a woman. Her appearance was ordinary, but her eyes gave off a cold light. Beside her was a demon general of the Water Demon country. As for the Thunder Demon country, their vice commander-in-chief was a burly middle-aged man. He was the only person not wearing armor, and there was lightning moving across his body, and the ground under his feet was charred. This small savage tribe has such an incredible treasure. This is interesting. Although the burly man seemed to be talking to himself, his voice was like thunder. There was no gain from this trip to the Sky Demon country, but taking this treasure back to the Demon Emperor is not a bad option. The burly man's eyes lit up, and he took a step. With one bang, the ground under him shattered, and the charred area on the ground began to spread. The burly man's body quickly flew toward the black cloud. His speed was extremely fast, and he had clearly reached the equivalent of an early-stage ascendant cultivator. With just one step, he crossed a long distance and arrived next to the black clouds surrounding the soul-refining tribe. The waves of demonic energy around his body formed an invisible shield that pushed the black cloud back. Inside the soul-refining tribe, Aoyang Hua expressed a calm appearance and stared at the sky. On the ground, the soul-refining tribe members were all sitting in the lotus position and were completely focused. Aoyang Hua shouted, "Souls, scatter!" Suddenly, all of the tribe members released the soul fragments they had collected. In an instant, the entire world was filled with black gas made of soul fragments. Under the control of their respective masters, the black gas condensed into a black river that charged at the burly man. The burly man let out a laugh. Rather than retreating, he rushed forward and threw out a punch. This punch contained a large amount of demonic energy, and it created a thunderous roar as it rushed like a raging thunder dragon towards the incoming Black River. Not far away, the vice commander-in-chief of the Water Demon country coldly looked at the battle and said, "The Thunder vice commander-in-chief underestimated this black cloud." One of the demon generals beside her was startled and asked, "My lord, could there be some hidden secrets about this black cloud? Will the Thunder vice commander-in-chief be able to break it?" This black cloud is very strange and composed of many soul fragments. If there is no one controlling it, the Thunder Vice Commander-in-Chief can easily break it. But if there is someone controlling it, I'm afraid he will have to give it his all to break it. The general beside the woman smiled. That is for the best. We agreed that he would take the black mist and we would take the people of this tribe. This way, we won't have to use any strength and get all the people of the soul-refining tribe. After we go back and study them, we will definitely learn something. The thunder dragon created from the punch of the middle-aged man let out a thunderous roar and charged at the black cloud formed by all the tribe members' soul fragments. At the moment the two collided, a powerful shockwave appeared. An opening appeared in the black cloud as a result of this shockwave. Then the Black River disappeared and the burly man laughed. "A mere tribe of savages dares to attack me? What a bunch of lowly ants." As the burly man spoke, he walked in through the gap in the black cloud. The soldiers of the Thunder Demon country all burst out in cheers. Their shouting wasn't any weaker than thunder. This added infinite amount of momentum for the burly man. The woman from the Water Demon country was not far away. She shook her head and said, "There is no suspense left in this battle. From today onwards, this soul-refining tribe will cease to exist. Wait for the Thunder Vice Commander-in-Chief to take the Black Mist and then go capture the tribe members. If anyone dares to resist, just kill them." The various demon generals around her all acknowledged her order. The burly man stepped directly into soul-refining tribe with one step. He grinned as if he had already seen the panic and fear in this little tribe. However, at the moment he entered, he was immediately startled. This 50-kilometer area was filled with soul-refining tribe members sitting in the lotus position. They were all looking at him. Only, there was no panic in their eyes like the burly man expected. Instead, their eyes were very calm, and this calmness was definitely not fake. There was even a deep sense of sarcasm and dense coldness within these calm eyes. These countless, strange gazes caused the Thunder Vice Commander-in-Chief's heart to skip a beat. His step involuntarily slowed. From this position, he could see that at the center of the tribe was a 5-kilometer-wide area of empty space with a tall tower at the center. The moment he saw the tower, the burly man's eyes narrowed. With his knowledge, he naturally knew that large tribes all had their own beliefs. Right now, this tower was clearly the core of their beliefs. The burly man sneered. "After I destroy this tower, I want to see if you can still have these kinds of gazes." He charged directly at the tower. None of the tribe members sitting there spoke. They only coldly looked at the burly man. This kind of silence was like an invisible pressure that made the burly man have the vague feeling that something was wrong. However, he had confidence in his cultivation. He let out a cold snort as he neared the tower and was about to throw a punch with his right fist. "Stop." A bland and barely audible voice came from within the tower. This voice was very weak, but its appearance seemed to have stopped time. Even the black cloud became motionless at this moment. An unidentifiable power suddenly appeared and surrounded the burly man. This burly man's body trembled, and the lightning that was constantly moving across his body stopped. At this moment, his aura completely disappeared. His body stopped in the air, completely motionless. His fist had already formed half an arc, but it would never be able to be sent out. The only thing that could move was his eyes. At this moment, the terror in his eyes was something he had never experienced before in his life. If the fear in his eyes was compared to an ocean, that ocean could drown the entire demon spirit land. Wang Lin's figure slowly walked out of the tower. His hair flowed behind him, and with the white robe he was wearing, he was like a celestial. After he came out, he didn't even look at the burly man and waved his sleeve. The burly man was immediately blown away by a powerful wind. He coughed out blood and was immediately thrown out of the soul-refining tribe. The burly man's body moved like a meteor, and along the way, a mist of blood bursted out of his body. Finally, his body smashed into the ground after leaving the soul-refining tribe. Up until now, he wasn't able to move his body an inch. The surroundings were completely silent. The woman from the water demon country's pupils suddenly shrank. Her mind was completely blank when she saw this. However, she quickly recovered and shouted, "Quickly, retreat!" Unfortunately, it was too late. Wang Lin had his hands behind him as he floated out of the soul-refining tribe. The members of the soul-refining tribe exuded killing intent and immediately followed him. The woman from the water demon country's expression immediately changed and shouted, "Formation!" The demon soldiers had just started to move, and the demonic spiritual energy had just begun to move. "Stop!" Wang Lin opened his arms, raised his head, and closed his eyes. Decades of comprehension allowed him to touch the edge of the celestial spell. At this moment, it was his first time activating a celestial spell at full power. With one word, the world stopped moving. Everyone outside the soul-refining tribe stopped moving at this moment. The members of the soul-refining tribe seemed to have received an order and immediately rushed out to kill. At the same time, the black cloud over the soul-refining tribe spread out and covered the surrounding area. The woman from the water demon country was also frozen. However, after 3 breaths of time, a blue light surrounded her. Her eyes were filled with fear, and she turned around to escape without any hesitation. Just at this moment, 3 rays of sword light flew out, immediately caught up to the woman and surrounded her. The 3 sword spirits of Zishu, Haizhu, and Mo Yang released roars. The woman's heart trembled, and the 3 swords pierced her body. There was a mist of blood, and then she died. Wang Lin floated in the air and quietly felt the power of the celestial spell. As if the slaughter on the ground was happening in a different world, he didn't pay any attention to it at all. I still haven't fully grasped this celestial spell, but the date of my agreement with the ancient demon is about to arrive, so there's no time to continue comprehending. It is time to leave. Wang Lin waved his right hand, and the 3 swords flew towards him. Zishu mouthed the origin soul of that woman. 1 month later, Wang Lin left the soul-refining tribe. When he left, he took away the 1 billion soul flag and left a strand of divine sense to guard the soul-refining tribe. Wang Lin didn't immediately rush towards the fire demon country. He went to the cave first. On the revered dragon path, he carefully recorded all 11 symbols before leaving. The Ute said there are 12 symbols, but right now there are only 11. I don't know where that last symbol is. Wang Lin's expression was neutral as he stepped forward. Then he activated the greater teleportation spell and headed straight for the fire demon country. The flames of war covered the entire fire demon country. The other 7 countries continued to increase their military tower within the fire demon country. This country had completely become a battleground. After nearly 100 years of war, the ground had been stained red. After entering the fire demon country, a thick smell of blood would rush towards you. Aside from blood, there were also countless broken corpses covering the ground. Bursts of death aura came from the corpses and formed a gray mist that shrouded the entire fire demon country. This was a battle to the death between the sky demon country and the fire demon country. It could be said that there was no winner or loser in this battle. Instead, each life was traded for another, as the power of the fire demon country was slowly erased. The capital of the fire demon country was completely empty. Even the demon emperor had personally entered the battle. Aside from the Holy Land, the Demon Valley, everywhere else was completely deserted. The ancient demon of the fire demon country imitated the ancient demon of the sky demon country. He sealed off the capital and didn't allow anyone to enter. The fire demon country's demon valley was not outside the city, but in the depths of the city. Dense demonic spiritual energy spread out from the valley and shrouded the entire fire demon country's capital. Looking from a distance, the capital was surrounded by demonic spiritual energy, but there was also a large amount of death aura. It looked like a city within a fog, and it caused people to feel sadness when they looked at it. When Wang Lin landed outside the capital of the fire demon country, his step made a crunch sound. This sound was all the more clear given how quiet the surroundings were. The dark red earth gave off a muddy feeling when one stepped on it. This muddy feeling came from the blood of tens of millions of people that soaked the earth for the last 100 years.